everybody, this is Martin Stokes here.
And this is Dean Scully.
And I'm a traveller.
And I'm a countryman.
Welcome to A Traveller
And a Countryman podcast.
What episode did we do when I was talking about Medjugorje before and you were talking about the forest and I said you don't see thousands of what do you call it?
Botswana and all I was talking about.
Yeah, what number was that again?
I don't know, it was early enough like.
I had to listen to that again because I got some laughs out of that one afterwards. Where I said to you about you'll see hundreds of thousands of people going to Medjugorje get on a plane, but you won't see a lot of animals, what do you call them, yokes? Yokes you were talking, remember?
Elephants.
No, the other thing that was shared in there.
Hyenas.
Hyena, yeah.
So episode 31, me and Martin's in the studio having a bit of crack. So welcome on board. I was singing earlier on. I'm not really a rugby fan, but I was singing Ireland, Ireland, together we are strong.
That's a good song. We had a singer for it nowadays.
Have you had a good singer for it?
Yeah, because honestly, you're destroying the song basically.
I was listening back to myself singing last week.
I
I'm
was
so
for the same
excited that
time.
you sang last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I was listening back to myself and I thought, I'm actually not that bad. Like,
you know.
I don't remember the lyrics to any of the bleeding songs.
I think I said this before. Thank God you have them senses to understand. Say your own. Basically, you're saying you're not that bad.
Thank God I'm good looking.
No, but I think God is good in a way because He gives you this the frame of mind that keeps yourself satisfied. Like, if you know what I mean. But not everybody will see it that way.
What the fuck is going on in your
What
head?
I'm saying is, you're a brutal singer. Okay? But if you're happy to tell yourself that you're actually not that bad, that's fine. I have no problem with that. And that's your opinion, and you're fully entitled to that opinion. So.
Hey Jude,
Oh, here we go. Here we
don't
go.
be afraid.
Go on, Dean.
Take a sad song and make it better.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Lennon has just left the building. That's the Beatles broke up forever.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 31, a traveller and...
A countryman.
Oh my God. I'm so happy that I'm doing a podcast with you. Because last week on the way in, I was saying, Martin, this is our last podcast. If I can't drill into you about not having traveller women on, and you allowed me to drill into you.
Yeah,
And the
absolutely.
feedback was great. And loads of people listened to the episode and said, yeah, fair play to Martin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, Dean.
He was kind of vulnerable, but he let it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that I'm doing a podcast with you. I don't think there'd be someone I'd be as excited doing a podcast with
Yes.
because you've so much to offer me.
Is that the good looks or the intelligence or just a normal way of life, like being a traveller? Which is it?
I wouldn't be attracted to you in that kind of way.
And come on, Dean. I didn't ask you for attractions.
You are quite wise though.
Yes.
Yeah. There's definitely a wisdom. There's
Yeah.
a kind of silverback.
Do you get that when
silverback wisdom?
Do you get that when you push me into the corner with your questions?
Yeah. I was like, one of the boys up in the site was telling me there. He said, "You were like MI5 with Martin."
Interrogation.
Interrogate.
Yeah? Very good. That's the kind of
You'll
crack you want,
crumble
isn't it?
under interrogation. You stuttering fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. I like that bit anyway. But that's what you want, isn't it? A bit of crack, slang and messing, and as the fella said, a little bit of pressure, like say, with the questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a challenge, really. I like a bit of a challenge like that. But sometimes you got to search that brain for the answers, don't you?
But the great thing about this is there might be like a 5-second pause where you're thinking. We could just edit that out and nobody knows.
I don't think we need to edit that because I think that's normal in all. Have you ever watched like documentaries or maybe shows on television or whatever? Not everybody is bang on the ball with their questions or their answers, and 9 times out of 10 their questions are written down in front of them. So the people that are getting asked these questions are obviously, maybe in a sense, not fully expecting them. So they're not expected to have the exact and correct answer within split seconds. Like some people do.
Yeah, and a lot of people won't do interviews unless they get all the questions
Beforehand. Yeah, but I think it takes the buzz out of things like?
I don't know, because you can be set up in an interview, in a conversation, in a chat with people.
No,
you know what I mean?
Because
I could easily ask you 10 questions in a row.
Yes.
And by the 10th question, you're almost hanging yourself with your own words. Like.
Yeah, but I would do what I'd normally do. No comment.
No comment, Your Honour. No comment, guards. No comment, Bridgie.
No comment all the way, and then you're free to go. So I don't mind the complicated questions, honestly. No one bit. And if you have a few there, get them out there, Dean. Go on.
Here, and I'm the same. Like, hit me with them. Hit me, baby, one more time. Come at me with the difficulty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come at me with the love, and I know you show me a lot of love. There's a bit of slagging, but interrogate me, get in there, because we really kind of are getting loose and around each other, getting to know each other.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, you'd know my family now, I'd know your family, and
I have to be honest, Dean, today now I'm feeling very, let's say, not lazy, but the opposite. Well, not the opposite, really, tired. Like, I'm starting to feel a bit tired because I've had a busy 3 days.
You've had a busy month.
We had a busy month completely into I'm sure everybody had the same way, but into the Christmas, New Year, and then say with the wedding a couple of days ago.
Oh, so you had the wedding, straight into the wedding. The people don't know out there of the wedding. I don't think we talked about it before.
But and then some of the family had the flu, say during the Christmas, and on top of that, my car breaks down.
Oh, did they? What happened to the car?
Just wouldn't start.
You sold me a car. I reversed it into a bollard today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I was going around with Richie, who was on.
Yeah, but I gave you the mirrors with that one, didn't I?
You gave me the mirrors and the bleeding, the sensor that goes beep, beep,
the
beep.
sensors and all.
But I was reversing to talk to this young one who we wanted to get involved. I'm doing a project with Richie Smith. It's like a photo book of Ballymun. And we were just talking to people in Ballymun and taking photographs all day. I was getting a bit tired and I seen this young one and I said, oh, Richie, it'd be great to get her. And I reversed to go and try and follow her up the road, and I went bang into a bollard.
Well, you weren't looking at young ones who wouldn't crash a car.
Oh, yeah. Don't mind the meme. I've only got eyes for you.
I don't know, yeah.
So you're hanging me there, you were.
You done loads of photographs there, you and Richie, yeah.
Me and Richie called him to a few
houses.
houses.
One question, right? Remember when I lost my phone, my phone fell in the water? Yeah. I actually lost Richie's number as well at the time.
I'll bang it on to you.
So if you give me later on, yeah, I'd like to send him on an old text.
And you know those videos of...
And the other one, this is part of the question I was asking, yeah. Is Richie back here or is he still in LA, say, before he came back? He's here, yeah. No, he's here now because he took photos. Was he in LA? Did he come back for that?
No, he was here. I think he was here over Christmas. I think he was sick at the Christmas like everybody else.
He's a great time traveller over the world, isn't he?
Yeah. Time traveller like ourselves.
Yeah, he's good. He's a traveller, but he's a different type of a traveller. He's a countryman traveller.
Yeah, so we were going around Ballymun and we were just kind of winging it. I put a little post up last night saying, look, I'm doing a new photo book with Richie in Ballymun, and it's kind of like a portrait of Ballymun, pictures of people, nice pictures, black and white pictures of people, individuals, family, men, women, dogs, kids, the whole lot.
What's this all about?
So what I'm interested in doing is telling the story of Ballymun through photographs in a way that celebrates all that is Ballymun, and then spread that message around the world in different galleries and but it's going to be in a book.
Is it going to be a story with every photo? Like
it's kind of like be say a black and white photograph. Say you and Bridgie standing there, really nice, well done black and white photograph, and then beside it, you know what I mean? Something, a strong phrase like "Traveller men are beautiful," something like that.
Dean, can I just say one thing to you? Don't put my photo and my wife's photo in there, because it's going to make all the other photos look bad. So don't.
What's that song? You're not vain. I bet you think this.
You're beautiful. It's true.
I bet you think the song is about you.
Yeah,
you're so vain.
So I'm not in it then. That's good.
You're so vain. That's why I'm not singing. I can't hit the high notes.
So is there a story with every picture I'm asking you?
Yeah,
I don't mean a story. Like there's a little paragraph
we'll
there.
Come up with the words of the paragraph as we're going along. It's going to be like a 6-month-ish project in Ballymun.
And it's all based around Ballymun.
Yeah.
Right,
and it's the good, the bad and the ugly, but mainly the amazing.
And what's this going to do like for Ballymun, like, if you know what I mean?
Well, I think art...
Is it like a history thing?
It's like an art kind of thing. Art has a very powerful transformative quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could... I was telling Richie I had an idea for another project, another photo book, where we got some young traveller men, dressed them up in really, really nice styled clothes, and just took powerful images of them.
When you say old style or new style,
like all different styles, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but traveller, like in all honesty, traveller young lads dress fairly well today.
But get those pictures and put them up on billboards in town and all.
Why? What's that for?
Because it would challenge the perception that traveller men are tough. You know what I mean?
In what way? I'm lost here, Dean.
Did you ever see Calvin Klein?
I've heard of him, but I've seen
David
his clothes.
Beckham's on the side of a billboard
Yes.
with a pair of bleeding underpants on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're not going to get travelling man there with underpants on a billboard.
Oh, would you not?
No, I can tell you that.
It's like, what was that film?
He'll be slagged for the
what
rest
was that
of his
film
life.
when he took their clothes off? You can leave your hat on.
What film was that?
Remember they were strippers
That
in
was
it?
the English one.
Yeah.
The Full Monty, yeah.
The Full Monty.
That was good. There was some laughs now on there.
You'd have to do the traveller version to be the full minty.
Yeah, but they got
the
very-
full minty.
Yeah, they got very well paid for that, so it's a different story, like, you know what I mean?
All right, pay these boys.
Yeah, would you think? Yeah.
absolutely.
So can I go up? Oh, no t-shirt.
All of a sudden he wants
No
to jump
t-shirt
up
on the billboard.
on the bandwagon.
Says you do a couple of years in the gym first.
You want to do a couple of years in the joy first?
Starved, yeah. Oh, very good. So, Dean, tell me something about. I want to know what's this all about? Say this album about Ballymun and
So years ago there was a photographer called Perry Ogden who done a black and white photograph book of travellers, and they made a film called Pavi
just to
Lakin.
say as well. I said I want to know what's about, but sure, obviously, chances are if people are listening to this in time, they'd probably like to know it as well.
Yeah. So Perry Ogden done a black and white photo book of travellers and of fellas on horses in Ballymun and all that. And those books went into libraries and bookshops around the world.
Very good.
You know what I mean?
yes.
And it's just like you walking into a bookshop in town and you pick up a nice colourful book of, say, the Maasai Mara tribesman in Eastern Africa, and you look at it and go, wow, that's amazing. That's a part of human culture I've never seen before. So I'm looking to do that in Ballymun, because one of the things that inspired it was when I brought Skepta around the site in Ballymun, and he was like, Dean, what is this place? In a London accent. Dean, now,
And
what
he's
is
from
this
London.
place? He's from London. He's a big black rapper from London, and I brought him around the site a couple of years ago, and he was like, what is this place? I've never
Was
seen
he,
that like it.
Was he an artist as well? Did you say time?
Yeah, he's like a rapper. Yeah.
I know he's an artist in music. I understand
Yeah,
that.
music videos and rap and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
and
very
he was
good.
like, what is this place? This is amazing. I've never seen people like this before.
Serious.
Yeah. So I think that aspect of it.
Tell me something. Was he surprised or shocked?
I think he was emotional. Let's put it that
So
way.
he was shocked.
You know what I mean? It was a little bit of, this is amazing, but it's fucking, I've never seen nothing like
In
it.
other words, I can't believe how bad of a state these travellers are living in.
Up with yous, but I want to do it for the
Condition-wise.
whole of Ballymun, and not just to show, the dark side or the bad side, but to show as much of it all as we can. You know what I mean? And most of our lives, like most of mine and your lives, is good and it's happy and it's full of community.
Thanks be to God.
So how do we show that on film? How do we show in a photograph?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're up to, and we're going to do it nice and slow
It's
and
very
easy.
interesting, being honest about it. But I don't know what the plan is with you and Richie.
Yeah.
But as a fellow would say, if I was throwing me 2 pence worth in there, I'd like to see maybe a little paragraph under each photo explaining just a little bit about each photo. Because sometimes I've seen some of these photo books that you're talking about in the past, and sometimes there is no story with them. It's just that you've got to be... Let's say you've got to open your eyes and see the story in the picture yourself, make it out for yourself.
Your own art interpretation.
That kind of thing, yes. But it's also better if there's a bit of a paragraph there that people can, between the picture and the writing,
Bit of context.
yeah, they can see. Let's say they can see a bigger picture, if you like.
Well done, that was good.
So I think that's
using a picture to see the
a
bigger
picture.
picture.
I think it's very interesting. Like I've seen pictures now there of, it's about, maybe about 6 or 7 weeks ago, I'd say. I've seen actually pictures on say on the internet, for instance, about Ballymun. And these pictures were going back to, I'd say about the 80s. And there was something just beautiful about them.
So that was the black and white ones.
They were black and white pictures.
So there's a guy called
There
Ross.
was,
He was the photographer.
There was there was young and old in them. Say there was kids in them. There was women and, again, the same story, women and children. There was men in them. And every picture was telling a different story, really, combined into one. But there was just something about the picture. Although, and I'll tell you another bit as well, where I got some of this from as well. Did you ever Ivy Gardens? I think it's Ivy Gardens. Yeah, the flats, big flat complex.
Yeah.
I think it's actually knocked down by now, and they've done a bit of a documentary on it. And I'm not sure, did we talk a little bit about this before, but there was so much poverty in it, for starters, and let's say part of the place was run down, but yet the people that were there, you could not buy the happiness that they had. Let's put it that way. To a poor, there was probably troubles around it or whatever. Like one part of it was where move over along to Sheriff Street, basically, right, wherever the flats is down around there, and the people were sort of giving their own little stories, and they were saying it was that rough down there at one stage that literally people would park their cars in and set fire to them, basically, to claim insurance, because the area was so rough that the insurance companies had no doubt that the car was robbed and brought there. Do you understand? One woman parks her car up about 12 o'clock at night. Some of the residents, as you call it, was looking out the window, and she takes her bike out of the boot of her car. This is years ago now. This is not now. This is years ago. Takes the bike out of the boot of her car and sets a light to the car and away on her bike.
So we used to do it here.
So basically off to claim insurance.
So we used to do it here up the back roads with the traveller lads. We'd bring our car up and get them to burn it, and then we claim the insurance off it.
And you were blaming the travellers, so the travellers automatically got the blame for burning the cars.
Well, they'd get a couple of quid out of it as well.
Well, they mightn't even know about it in the first place.
I'd let them know.
You'd let them know,
if I was booking
so were you the instigator?
If I was booking them, I'd let them know.
So were you actually
it wasn't just me. It's probably half the city.
So you were the middleman there, were you?
The negotiator.
Crazy to be doing a podcast about criminal, isn't it?
Well, you're not that bad.
Anyway, but that was the crack there with the story. Anyway, that wasn't the moral of the story. The moral of the story was that we were talking about the picture books, yeah? Some of this pictures were going back to this stuff. And although they were poor, and as the fella said, living on the breadline, you might call it, they were as happy as, you ever heard the word as happy as Larry?
Happy as Larry.
They were as happy as could be.
Yeah.
Money couldn't buy it, honestly. And
they were in,
as I said, these are the kind of pictures, apart from that story there, these are the kind of pictures on the books, these books, that tell the story, because you can see a lot more than just a picture in it, basically. Now, I don't know if you understand that thing. Like, I know obviously what I'm talking about.
You know what you're talking about, but you find it hard to communicate your message to me.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. But once I understand, I don't mind. It's okay. Everything's good.
I don't mind if you don't matter. So we were walking around Ballymun today and driving around and meeting people and stopping young fellas on scooters, and there's a couple of young fellas who used to sell a little bit here and there, but now they're a little bit older and they're working, and they were like, yeah, Dino, we'll get into a photograph, no problem, this is great. I met this young girl, she was coming out of the shop and she had a couple of coffees. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning, and she was like a bit older than me, but she had probably a harder life than I did, but she had this beautiful big pink coat on, and from 200 metres you could see her.
You didn't ask her for the coat, did you?
Didn't ask her for the coat, no. I asked for the photograph.
I know it was
but she was like all shy, and I goes, look, you're beautiful, and all we want to do is show you back the picture of yourself, to show yourself how beautiful you are. And that's the whole purpose of it, you know what I mean?
But she probably has hundreds of photos of herself.
Nothing like not with this
selfies.
coat. Oh, all the selfies,
the selfies.
Yeah, so I think that this is more interesting than selfies.
Said, what's this bleeding you're talking about? Have loads of bleeding pictures.
These are really nice, well taken photographs. Like, selfies are interesting, but you get a day out of a bleeding decent selfie.
Yeah.
I think these are photographs that will be perennial. They will last years and years and years. So this is all going into a
book then, yeah?
It's all going into a book. At a minimum, it's going into a book. It could go into something more like a mini documentary, or
very good, yes.
Nice. a poster campaign somewhere. But as a minimum, it's a book. Could actually even go into a gallery. We could print them off and put them into a gallery and have an exhibition. Or like, I done an exhibition here probably about 20 years ago with some lads from Balcurris. We got an artist in, and we spent a couple of months getting to know him and the lads and getting them to paint. They painted pictures of where they were at that moment, and then we done an exhibition down in the Helix.
Lovely, very good.
You know what I mean? People came along and paid money for the photographs and the paintings and all that. Yeah, so I think we should do more of that shit.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, Dean. Whatever Whatever pays the bills.
Whatever gets you through the night. I keep on singing songs, ending sentences with a song. Whatever gets you through the night.
It's going to help you make it through the night.
So you squeezed in a little bit thing there. You're at the being off at the wedding.
No, I was saying about, say, literally about, say, up to Christmas, into the New Year, and the reason I was telling you that was because I said I feel very tired this evening. I said.
So who got married?
My son Tommy got married.
And I'm sure Tommy won't mind you talking about his wedding. And I was actually at the mass part, the wedding part, the church, and it was amazing.
Yeah, now we're talking about Tommy Hilfiger here, you know that? Yeah. So we need to get paid for this, like, you know.
Tommy Hilfiger, is he related to
I haven't got a clue.
The other famous traveller?
Yeah, that's right, Tommy.
How are you, boss?
How are you, boss? You go, boss.
Hot or Roban?
Yeah. Yeah, Dean, that was a story there, kid. All go through the whole month. But I'm sure everybody was the same. Everyone was busy, like, through the Christmas.
You were super
New
busy.
Year.
You had Christmas and a wedding.
Yeah, and then, say, nearly everyone was got the flu, basically. And again, nearly the whole country got the flu at the same time. So, and we had the very bad weather. Like, the frost was, it was unbelievable, to tell you the truth. Very bad. And what happens when I get the haircut and I get... I know I look better, like, but I'm not throwing that one out.
I found a photograph of you today
I get
with hair.
very bad pains in my head then.
You're giving me very bad pains in my face.
Looking at you.
It was a photograph I have on my phone. I was looking at you. I was trying to show somebody a picture of you the other day.
Did you get all sentimental or what?
Well, I'm kind of...
Like when I wasn't around.
I'm semi-mental already.
I wasn't semi-mental.
Yeah. But there's a picture of you with hair. It was funny looking.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. It's
interesting. A very old picture then.
It was only like 6 months ago or something like that.
Yeah. That was the wig.
So come here, the wedding. What was the wedding like?
The wedding.
So your son got married to a woman, to a lady, and now you've got a whole new set of in-laws now.
Yeah, thanks be to God, lovely family.
And where are they? Are they in the Mun?
They're living around Ballymun as well, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
They're actually in a house, and again, as I said, beautiful girl, God bless her, and they're very happy. And
I seen her at the wedding. I was just thinking, your son Tommy is punching above his weight.
Got married into a good family. Yeah, he was actually, he got a good deal.
He got a good deal, says the man. Yeah.
Yeah. But look at the happy, and that's the main thing, isn't it?
So there was the afters. I didn't go to the afters, and you gave me debt for that earlier on.
I noticed that you weren't there. Okay. Afterwards, Dean, yeah, nice place, good company, good crowd. Well, when I say mainly all family, like we're big family anyway, like. But I'd say it was about 160 odd.
That's a decent old size, isn't it?
Oh yeah, good crowd. Yeah.
Did you find it hard to get a place that size?
And everything was just absolutely beautiful.
Did you find it hard to find a place that would take us like that size?
Well, you see, when you say hard to get a place, it's I think with that COVID thing just wearing off, as a fellow would say, I think it done a lot of damage to hotels and stuff like that. We did try it around a lot of places, to be honest, truthful about, and the place we ended up getting not going to turn out well, and enough space, as a fellow would say. Function rooms are only certain sizes anyway, like, you know that. Most function rooms, I know that there's some very big ones that can cater up to 300 people probably, but then you have the other ones where they cater for around 200 people. Yeah, it was about 160 people, I'd say. Could be a little bit more, I'm not sure. We didn't count the people, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have to feed them?
People come in, like, and everybody's welcome, like.
Do you have to feed them, though?
Yeah, nice dinners, of course.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's the same. It's basically the same as every wedding, a 3-course meal, and that's it, like, you know.
Yeah.
So you can't
get your own points.
Well, yeah, come on, you wouldn't buy pints for 160 people, would you?
People have done it.
No, travellers have done it, yeah, I know that.
Oh, it's madness, like.
I don't know, you're saying people have done it. You've never been at travellers' weddings, have you?
Never been at a traveller wedding, no.
But
Other than I was at the
it?
wedding, but not at travellers' afters.
Have you seen them? What about the settleman's wedding now? Is there after free dues and all that, yeah?
Yeah, some people do stuff like they'd buy the gargle in and they'd give that gargle out. You know what I mean? They might buy in all the gargle for the night.
Is that right?
Rather than going to a bar like and opening the bar, because you go to an open bar, people will be doing mad stuff.
When
like,
you say buy in, like, what do you mean?
You buy in the kegs and buy in the cans.
Dean, tell me something I don't know about the countryman's wedding. Go on.
So, well, this is what the countryman would do. He'd be smart enough now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather than having an open bar is recipe for disaster.
He'd have his house paid for first, would he, like?
He'd have paid for first, so he'd know how much money's gone out.
Yes.
And then he'd just get it served up.
Right. Explain to me how he'd operate. Like, what do you mean bring drink in and serve it? actually you still use the bar. That's what you're saying.
Well, it depends on, like, if you're doing it in a hotel, you probably wouldn't get away with this. But if you were doing it in, say, a gaff that you had organised yourself,
like a friend's pub or something
like that, or a big venue that wasn't a hotel,
all right,
where you could just bring in your own food, bring in your own alcohol.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's messy. Like if you go to a place where the bar is already there, basically. Say you do like what you call a package deal, like for. Sure, your dinners are served out.
Yeah, it's all tied up in a little bow, but you can
Listen,
split
it's
it all up.
No.
You can split it up into little bits yourself.
No, you can't do that because it's too complicated. Anyone that can do that, fair play to them. I couldn't do it. Thing about it is, you do your deal on whatever place you're going to, and your dinners are brought to you, your soups beforehand, and maybe dessert afterwards.
So I would say the majority of people do what you're talking about, but there's different ways to skin a cat.
There is, but the ways you're talking, I don't know about them. It makes things like weddings are stressful enough. Besides having to scrape here and scrape there and watch out for this and watch out for that kind of thing. It's just not there. I think the easiest way is go to the place, just simply pay them, and when people come in, then let them go to the bar and buy their own pint, as the fellow would say. But now I do know one thing. Years ago, travellers used to were crazy for this. At times, like seriously, it's no joking. At times, there'd be 300 people at a wedding, and travellers would literally put money behind the bar, and let's say everybody could drink until that money was gone. Simple as.
That's 30 grand worth of drink.
No, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about years ago.
Well, let's say it's 10 grand worth of drink.
Let's put it this way: it wouldn't have been as expensive as it is now. You'd never do it now, even if you wanted.
Oh well, yeah. Well, points were probably £2, £3.
Your pint now is like €6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your cheapest pint is £5.50, is it? Well, there you go. So, what man would be able to afford to buy drinks for 200 or 300 people for the whole day? Impossible, absolutely impossible.
I think buying around a drink for 10 people is a hard thing to do these days.
It's only a fool that would do it anyway in the first place, whether he could afford it or not. Because what are you doing? You're just getting people drunk to get them rowdy. It's very simple.
Pouring fuel on the fire.
So if they're doing their own thing and they're calling their own pint and they're nice and relaxed about it, they're taking their time better, they're more controlled at the end of the evening.
And their stupidity is up to them.
Everybody has a better day.
Yeah.
But as I said again, I have seen weddings in the past, seriously, it would have been years ago.
There'd be people going around blind drunk.
No, I'll tell you what happened. People realised how foolish they were putting money behind the bar for people just to slop. It's called slopping, the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
Drinking, over drinking. And, it sort of makes the wedding you actually think you're doing a good thing. It actually makes the wedding a little bit messy.
I'll show these lads I'm not poor.
Yeah, you can have that attitude if you want, if you have money or no. And if you want to put money behind the bar, that's up to themselves. But I think it's a bad attitude to have. That's being honest about it.
Yeah, you get braggadocious for the first 4 or 5 hours and then people are falling over themselves with the drink.
Exactly. Look, at the end of the day, you're booking a place, whatever it might be. You're organising, say, whatever, food, have a place to drink. They're getting great welcome, and of course the people that come there, naturally you thank them, and because at the end of the day it's the of course the bride and the groom. Naturally that's the wedding, we understand that, but at the end of the day the guests make the wedding, don't they?
Yeah, it wouldn't be much of a wedding if it was just the two families together in a room.
Exactly, that's right. So you have to appreciate the people that come there as well, and give you the respect for coming there, you know what I mean? And it's lovely when you see the crowd coming in the doors. It's the place is getting full, it's getting more compact.
It's getting a bit warmer.
Everybody has somebody to talk to and chat and have a bit of crack, enjoy. Went out there and shake them legs, as the fellow would say, when the music goes on there.
Martin's up on the disco.
Whoa,
up on the dance floor.
There. So that's all the crack. Anyway, we had 2 good days.
Yeah.
We had a beautiful wedding. Absolutely beautiful.
So you went from the church to the venue, and then came home, and then went back to the venue the next day.
Couldn't have asked it for any better, I'm telling you now. And as again, down to everything. Everything combines and compacts itself together, But it takes a lot of things to make a good day. It's not just the one little thing, you know what I mean? And also the bar staff, brilliant. The boss of the place, gentleman. absolute gentleman. Like, I've been at weddings in the past, right? There's like six of my kids married now anyway. God bless them all. And I've been, as I said, I've been at some of the weddings, not them all, not complaining, where some of the staff would be, a little bit, you might say stressed out, and then the stress sort of leads to a bit of ignorancy, like, you know what I mean? At times, not always.
A little bit short.
Yes. And then you'd have the bosses or the managers, you call them, and they're watching and they're gaping and they're staring at everything.
And that rubs off on everybody.
It does. It makes everybody very uncomfortable at a wedding, to be honest and truthful about it. And then I've been at weddings where I've actually seen, say, the barman or the managers, bosses, whatever, calling let's say, the bride and groom's fathers, if you like, calling them one side and whatever, asking them this question or whatever it might be, basically, but makes things very uncomfortable. You do not want that. You want to chill out for the day.
And you're right smack bang in the middle of the wedding day. You don't want the wedding day to go wrong.
No, you don't want to be asked questions or this is wrong or that's wrong or what's the story with this or what's the story with that. It's a load of nonsense, but I've seen it happen. The other one, the fellow that I was talking about at our wedding, basically, the boss of the whole place, he was an absolute gentleman, he was. And not even as much as a blink of an eye did he set down upon us. And of course, I kept in touch with him through the day, like, and I mean, chatting them and one thing or another like that there. But he didn't make nobody feel uncomfortable. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing there at all whatsoever. Because I remember him saying to me, look, he said, we're talking about certain things through the wedding, yeah? He said, look, he said, you just relax, he said, and have a good day. Very simple. And he meant every word of it because never bothered us once.
Simple and genuine.
And all the staff was the same thing. Beautiful. So it's very, very hard to get this. Yeah. That's being honest and truthful about it. Don't get me wrong, some places you will get it, but 9 times out of 10 you won't.
It's very hard to get it settled or traveller, anybody.
You know what's hard to get? It's hard to get everything right.
Yeah.
And it just happened. Everything was perfect.
Yeah, delighted. And
everyone enjoyed themselves. Everyone got home safe, thanks be to God. And everything nice and peaceful. Couldn't ask for. And then the same thing the next day. With a good crowd the next day for the after parties, you might call it.
The after party. Well, you're like bleeding Snoop Dogg there or something.
Well, you can call it what you want. And basically, same story again. Everybody again there enjoying themselves, chilled out, a few drinks, couple of dances, bit of crack, laughing and slagging and joking and plenty of it. And that's what it's all about. Just to see everybody happy. You cannot buy that. It's priceless.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Absolutely. And then all like families, like, come in. So it's, I don't know. Yeah, it's amazing to be honest about.
You have a lovely warm smile in your head there.
Yeah, because it was so nice. But also what I was thinking is, you love to see this at all occasions, no matter where people are, having weddings or engagements or christenings, birthdays, whatever. This is what you want to see. You want to see everybody happy. Everybody being kind to each other and, how to say, not being like, I don't mean not being ignorant towards each other. They're being only for that anyway. Just respect each other. As a fella said, love each other and be kind and let the day go smoothly, like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, not bringing their own shite to the party.
Smile,
like.
simply, smile. That's basically it. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
Boom, 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 boom.
But anyway, that's the crack there, Dean, about weddings. And that's not just my own wedding I'm talking about. I'm basically talking about literally anybody's wedding. I think that's how it should be. Just simply be happy and greet everybody, like, you know. So it makes a good day. There's no mistake about that. It makes a good day. But yeah, that was for them 2 days now, Dean, and that's how it was. So, look at, thank God for all of that.
And you have a new family now.
A new member to the family, yeah.
You have a whole new family, not just the brides. You've got the bride's father, the bride's mother.
I know the bride's father and mother and all of their family all my life, like, you know, and they're just like a genuinely lovely family, simple as that.
I know they're your family.
I couldn't pick better.
Ah, lovely. I had a chat with her brother and her father.
Yeah.
I didn't really chat with the mother. I don't really know the mother. It's just in the church, and the father was delighted. He was chuffed. He was
Gentleman,
there,
he is.
proud as punch.
Yeah,
was,
he's like myself. He's a true. Oh, sorry, he's a true gentleman.
But I was there. I seen
the
the priest who's from Ballymun, and he was like buzzing in the church as well.
Father Declan.
Oh my God, he was amazing.
We know Father Declan for the last. I'll tell you now, Dean. 20, 30, since 1991. How long is that now? 32 years. I've known Father Declan for the last 32 years.
You're telling me he baptised half the church?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he knows a lot of the travellers like in years now. But he'd know a lot of them around Ballymun now for the last. I'll tell you how long he know them. He's probably about 7 years around here now. So that's how they got to know all the people in Ballymun basically. But I've known him like for. He actually was a chaplain in Mountjoy, believe it or not, one time for 7 years, and he was the chaplain that got the televisions put into Mountjoy cells. Did you ever know that? Yes, absolutely. Oh, he's a brilliant priest.
That's deadly.
He's very, very good. He is a lovely priest. Cares about everybody, he does.
But he's approachable. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's very good like that. He's how would I say it? I had the words there earlier on. He's just simply a very, very nice priest.
He's down to earth,
I don't
genuine,
know how to describe him, but he's very, very good.
But he held the room, he held the church there the other day. He was inviting everyone in, all the little kids coming up and doing the readings.
He has a lovely way about him like that.
Yeah.
He can make how to say it. He can make a person comfortable if you like. Like if you don't know a person, you don't want to approach them, or you don't know what they're like and want or another. No, he's good. As you said, he is approachable. Yeah, that's right. He's good like that. His mother, lovely, beautiful woman. Absolutely. I think his mother is 80. I think she's 80 something. A lovely, lovely woman again. As again, a very, very fresh woman. Very kind. I've met her lots and lots of times. But I'm guessing that's where Father Declan got from as well.
Come here, did you ever think of being a priest?
No, I've never thought of being a priest, but I wish I was one.
I don't know if we talked about it, the mass that you done up on the site.
Did we?
I don't know if we did during the COVID.
On Good Friday.
Yeah.
I think we did. Yeah.
It's a beauty. That was deadly.
Did you like that, Dean? Yeah.
I just think it was great for your community to have someone like you during COVID, when the priests weren't able to come up, for you to do a mass. It was stunning. Because I was an altar boy.
Now, Dean, just to make this clear, my friend, I didn't do a mass. I don't have the authority.
You don't have
to
the ecumenical powers. See, that's a big word for me.
Wow, Dean.
You don't have that. You don't have the cape and all that.
No, we done all the. We done the stations. We done the rosary. We done the Divine Mercy. Basically, we done all the main prayers on Good Friday, because again, back to the priests they weren't allowed to come out, if you like, because of the COVID. You know what I'm saying? So nobody was allowed to mix. But being travellers, we all got together.
You all mixed.
And I don't think anybody had one mask on them, any of them.
Say that again?
I don't think anybody had one mask.
Oh, no. It was all outdoors anyway.
Yeah, but outdoors or indoors, towards the 2 metre rule, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? No, I don't think that, I don't think we took that into, well, that's how we didn't take into consideration, but we just done what we had to do, and that was it. And everybody was good. We've done it for 2 years, and I'll probably do it this year again. Because now, unless a priest turns up or invites himself in,
and put you in a pair of handcuffs, going, "What are you doing? You're taking my role." But step away from the holy bread.
Yeah. So please God, we'll just see how it goes.
So I was saying to you there, when I was a young fella, I was an altar boy, and I had all intentions of becoming a priest.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like someone like Peter McVerry would be, I'd look at him and go, yeah, that's an interesting path to take in life.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Probably except for the celibacy, you know what I mean? But I had all intentions in my head of being a priest, because I find that role really interesting.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of service to your community.
I think you can, maybe when we're young, you can think probably whatever you want to be, basically. But at the end of the day, just thinking about something doesn't mean that that's what you're going to be, or that's what you're going to do.
No, but when I was in the church, looking at the priest, dressed as the altar boy, I went,
you got this imagination,
that
did
could
you?
be it. I also wanted to be a dancer, but what are you going to do?
Well, thank God you didn't take that up at least.
I've got moves, Martin.
What?
I have moves like Jagger.
You got the moves like Jagger, haven't you?
I've got hips for days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to be a dancer when I was young as well. I used to practice me dancing at bed at night. I'd be lying down in my bed.
So you want to be a dancer, you want to be a priest?
Yeah. Something else I wanted to be. I was a window cleaner. That's what I done. That's what I started. 13, 14 years
So
of
you
age,
want to be like
cleaning
George
windows around.
Formby, did you?
George Formby. When I'm cleaning windows. Oh, my dad wants to learn the banjo.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad's 75 and he wants to learn the banjo. If anyone out there is a banjo teacher, get in touch with me. Come over to the gaff and do a bit of banjo with me, dad.
What about your man down in Santry that Sparky was saying? What's he doing?
I'll get his details off you, yeah. Very good, Martin.
Yeah, he does the guitar, doesn't he? That'd be fairly interesting. It's lovely music, though, isn't it?
It's a kind of, he's mad into the Dubliners, you know, like Barney McKenna.
Yeah. Well, has he ever heard George Formby playing? Yeah. He plays the ukulele, you know that? And the two of them look the same thing. The ukulele and the banjo, they look the same.
They look like the same, yeah.
So why are they called different names? They play the same music. It's just the ukulele is smaller,
yeah,
and I think they can play it faster for some reason.
I always think, right, traditional Irish music, right? So listen to this. Oh, is that
the bardle? Did you say something about the bardle?
But then,
did you say the bardle?
So I think every traditional Irish song is the same song, just speeded up or slowed down.
It sounded like the bardle. Yeah. Are you supposed to actually understand that?
No, that's me plucking the strings of the banjo.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Can we take that bit out if you don't mind?
No, we leave that one
in. So anyway, Dean, that was the crack there about that anyway. So what was the next thing you were saying there? You were saying something earlier on about you were around Ballymun taking pictures of everybody, yeah? And you were saying afterwards that it could turn into some sort of a documentary thing or something like that, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm reading too much into it. And I just like the idea of, like, there's a documentary recently that's out called North Circular Road, and it's like a black and white documentary with music about a journey down North Circular Road from Phoenix Park down to Sheriff Street. Yeah, and Donald was on actually talking about it when Donald Fallon was on.
Yeah,
and I'd love to do something like that of Ballymun. You know what I mean? So maybe we might get this photobook project out of the way and then look at getting funding to do a documentary about Ballymun.
God, you never know.
You know, a happy, nice, fun documentary that shows the strength of a community like this, because we are a stunningly beautiful, strong community.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't create enough beautiful bits of art to show the rest of the world that.
Yeah.
And even to show ourselves that. Sometimes we forget how amazing we are.
Yes. And
art helps us capture that, and it also helps us say stuff that we might forget about ourselves. That's the role of songs. That's the role of art, is to continue to say those things back to us. Like Damien Dempsey's song "Love Yourself Today." It's just a message to go every single day.
I've never heard that song. Send that onto me, the link, will you?
Love yourself today. Very simple message.
But obviously Damien sings it better than that. I know that.
Yeah, and there's a big crowd and all, and he has like a band. I'm just here in the room with you.
And he has the voice, and he's a good singer and all that. Try not to.
I don't know if he's as good looking as me. He could be. Text in 51555. Is Dean better looking than Damo? We actually got back onto me because I'm going to see him on the opening night of his play in the Abbey. I have a ticket for you and Bridgie if you want to go.
Bridgie won't go, Dean.
Oh, she might go.
No, she won't.
I'm going to text her.
No, you
I don't have a number.
You don't have her number to text her, but the point about it is...
Would you come?
She will not go, because I know my wife, like.
Monday the 30th of January, will you come? My man, Dad, me,
30th
you.
of January?
Yeah.
Is it?
My man, Dad, me, you, Emma. I might invite my brother and you.
Whereabouts?
The Abbey Theatre.
All right.
So that runs for 6 weeks.
Is it?
It's like a play. He's talking about his songs and what they mean to him, and he's playing a couple of songs. There's a string kind of orchestra there as well, but it's not heavy on the music. It's more him.
Did he write this, did he?
Him and some director, producer dude wrote it over the last couple of months.
Very good.
And now the first gig is on in a couple of weeks, and we're going to go. We've got tickets for opening night.
So you're actually treating me to a ticket, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, you're actually going to sing.
I think I got one or two for free, so I'll give you them.
Yeah, wow, I'll go.
You'll definitely go. I might bring me brother. That'll be good crack. So we said that's going to run for about 6 weeks.
The
so
Olympia
when that's
Theatre.
over, we'll get Dempsey in.
And did you say again it's on...
I think it's Monday the 30th of January. Is the opening night, and then it runs every night for 6 weeks.
Yeah, but is it is the same act every night?
Same
basically?
show every night. Yeah,
very
they've
good.
come up with a show.
And they're actually booked up for 6 weeks.
I think it's quite booked out. Yeah, that's not bad going, isn't it?
Believe me, that's good. Fair play to him. He's good. He's trying anyway.
But I think it's a total new show production, and I think it's like a line in the sand in Irish trad and folk to say what we do is amazing. What I do is amazing as an artist. What we do as a country is amazing, and let's put it on in the big theatre in the Abbey and fill the seats and tell his story. Basically,
Very simple.
can you imagine like having Luke Kelly or Ronnie Drew up on stage in the National Theatre, telling their own story every night with their own music for 6 weeks?
It's interesting,
It's
isn't it?
fucking beautiful, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is good. Do you remember that show you were telling me, Dean, as well, also about they done a show about travellers there about 2 months ago, was it? 3 months ago. They came back from London, and done a play. The actors done a play.
Oh yeah, so the play was on so the Abbey has 2 stages. One is the main stage, the Abbey stage, and then you've got another small one downstairs called the Peacock stage, and it was down there.
Right.
And it was a play about a traveller family who went to London in probably, let's say, the 30s, 1930s, and established themselves there doing bits and bobs of business, some legal, some illegal. Yeah. And the play was about how they got on, how they were treated over there. And then the daddy comes over. Once they're all set up, the daddy comes over.
Yes.
And he kind of starts to throw his weight around.
Comes over to where, though?
Comes over to the kids who set themselves up in London.
In London, right. Now
and then he's kind at the start, and then he throws his weight around, and then it reveals the reason they left Ireland was because he was a bit of an animal.
And then he came over and started taking over again.
He started then cracking the whip again, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
And egging them on and getting them to be vicious over there.
Right.
You know, because he was vicious with them when they were here.
Excuse me. Was this his way of trying to make a name for himself, but also he was involved in the family and all? Is that it?
Yeah, I think the story is that they had kind of said, right, you're a bit nuts and we're all a bit grown up now and we can't all be here underneath your wing. We're going to head off to the big smoke over in London, set ourselves up. And then he was probably feeling a little bit lonely at home, and he went,
left out.
I'm going to go over here now and re-establish myself as the male leader of the pack.
He was going over to get to know still who's the boss.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
who's the leader of the pack.
But it didn't work for him, did it?
It started to work for him, and then
They couldn't hack it.
this big son said to him, "Be you, and I'll put you in your place." You know what I mean? He said,
Is that how it happened? Yeah.
Who are you tick? He says, "You're the bully who bullied us when we were kids." Like, yeah.
So we don't have a problem with the world, we have a problem with you.
Yeah.
The world
We're not
is not
angry
the
at the
problem.
world.
You're the problem.
You're the problem.
Oh,
and he didn't want to swallow that pill.
And you're the reason why we are like this today.
You're the reason we left the home.
If we wanted to be with you, we wouldn't leave you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that sounds interesting.
It's a
though.
nice play, yeah.
Is that on a clip on YouTube?
I don't know.
No.
I'll try and get some. I think they might have recorded it.
Try and
But
get
there
the name
was
of
some
it
of the
and send
best
to me.
actors in the country was in it, and it was stunning. And it was like they were like right there, 20 foot away from me on the stage.
And where did that move to then afterwards?
I don't know. See, I think what the Abbey does is they pick plays of interest and then they put them on for a couple of weeks.
Because if I had to know about that, I would have filled the place with travellers.
Yeah, we might get I'll talk to there's a guy called Mark O'Brien. He's the theatre director. He used to run the Access Theatre here in Ballymun. He's the theatre director of the Abbey. We might have a word in his ear. I'll send him this podcast actually saying, can we get that can we do a small production of that and get it and fill the room with travellers?
Over there, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be deadly.
Get all the travellers watching and let them throw their one-liners up there as well.
Yeah. And then they'll realise, oh, he's talking about me.
Before you know it, you have 25 travellers on the stage.
Yeah. You're not my daddy. I am your daddy. I'm your sister's auntie's uncle.
Oh my God. But yeah, it sounds very, very interesting. If you get anything on the YouTube or a clip
I'll
of it,
get an old clip for you.
Send it to me and I can send it around as well, you see.
So you're going to come to the Abbey. Have you ever been in the Abbey?
The Abbey Theatre, I was in it once before, yeah.
For what?
That's where they showed the film Knuckle. About
very good, yeah.
James Quinn, that time, the Travellers.
Yeah.
There was a big, long documentary about, like...
It was an interesting old documentary, wasn't it?
Very interesting, yeah.
It was shot well, and it kind of showed you the insight into why people persist with the knuckles, with the fist fighting, with the anger.
Mainly, I think what they were, I don't know for sure, but I think what they were trying to highlight a lot of was that basically the bare knuckle thing was a way of settling big feuds.
But then it turned into
I think
feuds.
but that's the thing, you see, then they're also saying about that sometimes it can turn into other feuds. But more times than not, it would settle something, yeah.
Yeah, I think generally you settle stuff. I've seen some nice stuff online recently. For some reason, I'm getting these videos come up, these call-out traveller videos, but some of them are nice going, listen, we just want to settle this. Come along and settle it with us. Let's not let it get out of hand. It's got out of hand before.
That's good. That'd be the, let's say, the peacemakers or the guys who've been called to show fair play, basically. So they will try to, of course, obviously get in touch with both sides and say, look, let's, as you said there, let's try to just forget about it altogether, kind of thing. Which is good. It's nice to see that, to be honest with it.
Yeah,
it brings a good image to travellers also, that's being honest.
Yeah, well, it means some people don't have to move out of town like that whole family did. You know what I mean?
It also shows that there's some
in the play.
It also shows that there's some good people in the travelling community that are willing to make peace at all costs. And that's, for me, that's very, very nice, to be honest with it. I like that.
Peace at any cost.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. And I think it's good. You go that extra bit to make that peace, you know what I mean? Instead of going the extra step to make the fight, go the extra step to make the peace.
Yeah, I think it's easy to fear and anger is like, as I said on the radio the other day, fear and anger is like paraffin. It looks great, you know what I mean, for a couple of seconds, but it doesn't.
Paraffin?
But you can't hang a community on it. You can't hang a family on it. Anger is very flammable. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, rah! Everyone stands there and claps and claps. Yay!
I've never heard that.
They're all dating each other.
Fear and anger,
but you
like
can't
paraffin.
hang a community on it.
So, Dean, what's paraffin got to do with that?
It's very
That's
cheap.
the funny bit.
It's very cheap and it burns very quickly. You don't need much fuel for it to go up.
All right.
You know when you see people with the red mist?
Yeah.
It's just like,
whoa, mad for it.
Yep.
I've often got angry like that myself, times stupid. Not very often, but I think everybody has it in them now and again too.
I would have loved to see you in your prime, like Angry Martin.
I am in my prime. What are you talking about?
No.
In your prime? Are you serious? That was very insulting, wasn't it?
I would have loved to see you in a pram.
In a pram? In my pram? Not my pram. My prime. So, what age is prime for you, Tommy?
Well, look, you're
Like,
50. You're 50. Prime is mid-20s.
I hope you're not classing yourself as old, like you're only 50, like.
Prime is mid-20s to early 30s, I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Mid what?
Mid-20s,
Yeah.
early 30s.
That's prime, is it?
Yeah. When you're the most virile.
So can a man not feel good at 40 or 50 if he wants to know?
You can feel whatever you want. But,
I'm just saying,
but when
like,
you're 25 is when you're at your physical peak.
It's possible, yeah.
Now, you mightn't be the wisest man in the world.
The wisest?
Yeah. But
At that age?
Yeah. But you're probably your most virile.
Probably not. I think it's when, as you said, maybe 25 afterwards is when, say, people start getting that little bit of wiser up along, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think you need the 3 decades of growing and maturing and learning and falling down to get a bit of wisdom on top of you.
Yeah, you can see that. I have seen that in a lot of young lads, and thanks be to God for it as well, because where they're in their 20s, 23, 24, they're wild. Come 25, they start settling down a little bit. 26, 27, 30, you can see bigger changes in them. They sort of, they understand life a little more, and they realise the things that they've been taught when they were younger, when they didn't listen, it's come back to them now.
Yeah, the things they used to think were important are gone.
Yeah, the silly things, the silly and wrong things that they thought was important, which wasn't important. But now they're beginning to see what is important, which is absolutely great, because they can learn, at 30 years old now, they can actually learn the 18-year-old or the 20-year-old something now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're probably more relatable to the young buck.
Yeah, but also they'll at that age they'll listen more to the older person now, in a sense where, like, don't get me wrong, there's still some of them can be still stubborn and silly or stupid or whatever you want to call it, but a lot of them now will just sort of stand now and kind of listen a little bit better and take a bit of better advice and sort of try to make the right decisions and stuff like that, you know. It's good.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, the young buck has to push up against the old silverback sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to test the edges, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We can be making mistakes sometimes.
Test the edges. That's how we make the mistakes.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I mean?
know.
I'm sure when you were in your mid-20s, you know what I mean?
Go on, say it. Say it, Dean. Just get it out.
I'm sure when you were in your mid-20s, you were a thorn in some other person's side. Going, who's this fella? Who's this up-and-coming fella thinks he's the king of the travellers, is he?
No, I don't think I've ever been a threat to anybody, to be honest with you.
No.
No, honestly. I've always tried to get on with people, honestly. If I thought somebody didn't like me for one reason or another, I just let them get on with their lives and that's it. I have no reason to be a thorn in their sides, like. But yeah, I know where you're coming from because sometimes you might get that in people, yeah. And it's not good because it's how to say, let's say it's only a waste of time really. Because the years go so fast now. And if you want to be
the years go fast.
If you want to be stupid, that's your choice. And let these years pass by you. Before you know, then sure, you've built up a silly reputation and nobody wants to be around you. Nobody wants to know you. Oh, that's your man. No, I go around him. I'm not going to do with him. No, I'll leave him there. Do you want to ring your man for a go for a drink? No, I won't. If he's going, I'm not going.
All of a sudden you're 35 and you're texting yourself.
All that kind of stuff. Yeah, nobody wants to be around that. Absolutely
I
nobody.
think if you don't learn how to play fair with people you'll be left on your own.
What people want is people... first of all, have respect for each other, be kind to each other. Let's say not to be trouble for somebody. And most of all, not to be trouble for yourself. It's very, very simple. And do your best just to get on with people because it makes life easier for yourself as well as other people. That's being honest and truthful about it. Yeah, but again, it's all in the youth. And when they get a bit older, then it wears away from them and they really understand then sort of what life is about and that they want better in life, not worse. That kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So that's why I think makes them wiser in the end. I think anyone that listens to the older person will always be wiser. No matter how young a person is, I think if they listen to the older person, there's knowledge and wisdom to gain. And they can have a better and easier life.
I think where it falls down is that you might get somebody and they have an older person in their life and the older person isn't giving them wisdom and then they label every older person with, I don't listen to older people. You know what I mean?
Exactly, that's right. They can be confused in that sense. But don't forget, if a young person is listening to an older person and that older person is not good for them or they're... let's say leading them astray, well, that's going to be their downfall then.
Yeah.
Because you know what they say, if you want to, what it is, if you sleep with the dogs, you catch the fleas.
You wake up with the fleas, yeah.
It's true, isn't it?
So I had an idea there as we were saying that. If you were to give yourself a message, if you could kick yourself back a message,
yeah,
or a little couple of lines to when you were 22, say.
Right, 22.
Yeah.
Go on, say it.
What would the message be?
When I was 22.
What would the message be from you back to your younger self?
Back to my younger self.
Yeah.
You're going to have to explain that a little bit better to me. Go on.
So let's say you had an opportunity to send yourself...
If we don't get this right, can we edit it, yeah?
Let's say you were sending a message back to your younger self, yeah?
How about saying if I was giving a message to a young lad at 20 years of age, is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah, but this young lad is Martin Stokes when he was 22.
I asked me what would I change?
What message? What would you whisper in your own ear if you went, listen?
Give me an idea. Go on, give me an idea.
Like I would say to myself, yeah, life is short. You will make mistakes.
Yeah.
But realise that you're not crazy and loving yourself is important. There you go. There's a message.
Yeah, I'd say if I was talking to a 20-year-old now or a 22-year-old,
yeah,
like it's probably come out about like look at. I'd honestly tell them for starters if I thought I needed to tell them, stay out of trouble. Very simple. Avoid bad company because I'll lead you down the wrong tracks. Being honest and truthful about it. Definitely listen to your parents when they're telling you right from wrong. And don't think at 22 years of age or even 25 or maybe even at 30 years of age. Some people are good at 30. Some people are still a little behind.
Left behind.
No, I know, a little behind.
Yeah.
I don't mean a little behind. I mean there's still that like thing where they won't listen kind of. I'd say, listen to the parents most of all. Take as much good advice as you can get. Don't let in one ear and out the other. Meditate on it if you have to, because it could be the happiness for the rest of your life. The best way of saying it. It could lead you in the right direction for the rest of your life. That advice, that information, that listening part, it could make you a wiser and better person, without a doubt. Don't think at 20 or 22 or 25 years of age, and we are inclined to think it.
Oh, absolutely. We do a lot more talking than listening when we're 25.
We are inclined to think we know it all. And I have to confess, yes, there's times when I've often thought, probably when I was younger, I
have a sussed.
Probably thought I had it all sorted. Like, I'm sure there are lots of men out there probably thought the same thing.
I think that's a journey for everybody.
As I always say, just when you think you know it all, someone else comes along and learns you something else.
Life has an interesting way of proving you that you know fuck all.
Yes, absolutely, yes. We have to be honest about it. We make probably hundreds of mistakes. Hundreds of them. But if you can acknowledge and realise that you've actually made mistakes, or someone tells you your mistakes, take it on board. Don't take it as an offence. Don't take it as an insult. Just, as a fellow would say, swallow it. It can be priceless, being honest about. Some of these things, as a fellow would say, money just can't buy. When we're young, we probably do think we know it all. But when we're sitting around the older person, and hopefully it can be parents, basically. And now sometimes, don't get me wrong, young people don't even take the time to listen to parents. But it doesn't have to be a parent. It can be somebody else. It can be a man down the road there, your friend across the road, or could be your older brother, could be an uncle, it could be whatever. Could be a cousin. If they're there to help you and give you good advice, I suggest, it should genuinely be taken, because if it doesn't help you out today, it might come in useful tomorrow.
A mate of mine said to me this, he said, try it with two different people. If you have an idea, try it with two different people. You know what I mean?
That's what you call a second opinion.
Because somebody might be egging you on or pouring honey in your ear, or you know what I mean? Or steering you the wrong way or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, if that's what you think, then lose them. It's only the good person that will really give you good advice and try to steer you in the right direction. If you think somebody is egging you on, or you say pouring honey in your ear, or maybe trying to lead you astray without realising it, just simply lose them. If you have that little bit of understanding at all, and that you click on to, hold up here, this guy's not good for me.
Leave him be.
Let him lose him. Get out of it. Toxic, what do you call it? Toxic
masculinity? Is that what you're going to say?
I don't know what I was going to say. Toxic information.
Toxic information,
or toxic advice, is it? No, stick with the good stuff, as a fellow would say. Yeah, that'd be me, Dean, anyway, thinking that way. I don't know if everybody else thinks the same way. I'd say listening would be a very, very, very important factor in life. Because now I'm not saying I'm the best listener in the world either.
You're not.
I know that. I just admit that I've kicked myself up the arse a few times for being an idiot. Why the heck did I just listen to that? Why did I listen to her?
Why did I just have the big bull head?
Why didn't I keep them out closed?
Do it unveil, hush the wished.
Oh yeah. No, I've been in loads of situations like that where I should have kept it quiet.
I just shut the fuck up.
Right, to stay quiet. That was it. Nothing else. Very simple. Just stay quiet.
Stop nodding.
Oh my God. It's a crazy world, but we learn off it, don't we?
Oh, it's beautiful. Life is a beautiful curriculum, as in, take the full course, try everything out. You know what I mean? Get involved. Get hands-on in your own life. You know what I mean?
I think it's also, it's nice also for let's say people that have, let's say, learned lessons in life, if you like, whether they be big or small. I think it's nice to pass them things on. And you can pass them on to your own family, but also you can pass them on to others as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, without being teachy and preachy.
Yeah, but I have a problem with that, because I'm more times teaching preaching than not, and then I have that other problem where I go on too far with something, and I think, I just went and blew it there. So I think keeping stuff at a certain level is okay too, because you don't want to, like I'm doing now for the last 10 minutes. You don't want to be bored and people's heads out of it. Like,
don't overegg the pudding.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think it's good to pass that on to not just family. Obviously, pass on to family good stuff, good information, good advice that does them good.
What does the man say?
But pass it on to...
KISS, keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid, yes. You can also pass that on to anybody, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, keeping it simple is the best way to do it, isn't it? But I'm the worst in the world for keeping things simple, I can tell you that now.
You talk the head off a bag of hammers.
Absolutely, a bag of hammers. I'm absolutely the worst at that. Yeah, that was the crack there.
It's no wonder you're doing a podcast. You love the old chin wag, don't you?
Yeah, sure. Isn't that what it's for?
Yeah, it's great.
We're having a chat. I didn't think anything else of this. Just having a chat. And what's that thing in front of me there? Is that a microphone, is it?
Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you.
So anyway, Dean, that was the crack there with that. And I don't know, anything else you want to talk about, no?
I just want to say, well done on the wedding, well done on all that, well done to your son and the family. Congratulations.
So
I wish you well.
31, is our number 31 podcast?
Episode 31.
Episode 31, yes.
So we're going to have a guest on next week.
Who's the guest?
Well, I won't say, but it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be topical. It's going to be fiery. And we're going to get really under the skin or under the hood of one of the big topics in Ireland that's happening right now. So
yeah,
tune in next week, folks.
Okay, take care.
So that's us for this episode, Traveller and a Countryman podcast. If you like it, let us know, share it around, and we'll see you on the road.